Views, and I'm the rude dude, and I'm here to tell ya that life is what you make of it. It's what you do with it. It's what you want to do with it. You can actually do anything you want. That's what life is. You wonder, why do people paint? Uh, that's just their niche, you know. You're wondering, why do hookers fuck? Oh shit! Shouldn't have said that. Well, I don't think I monetized whatsoever anyway. But why do anybody do what anything that anybody does? Life is what you make it. It's what you do. It's not a. Life is also dictated by your civilization, your country, the policies surrounding you on a regular basis. And I'll tell you something about myself. I'm an artist, so what I do is, if I really needed cash because I'm an artist, what would I do? Well, it's hard because you go to a bar, but you can't say, hey, you got to pay me to draw you or something like that. You can't be paid to be drawn. You can't. You know what I mean? All around the world, artists kind of have to put up with that shit. Artists are kind of being put into the dirt through AI. AI doesn't sleep. Its hands don't get tired and fatigued while illustrating art. Um, who knows how naughty AI can actually be? These human beings have to go to sleep. We need nourishment. Introducing AI to reality seems kind of weird, and that it's probably good for putting other people out of work. Besides that, how good is AI? You know, it's just such a struggle because people got to stand up for themselves, and artists have to make phone calls and stuff like that. And it's really taxing because nobody really gives a shit about a good artist. You give a shit about a good artist, you pay for it, you want results. That's easy. But a lot of people have been screwing over artists by getting results and then saying it's not what they wanted, change it this percentage, change it, change it. And then you have to keep all the proofs, all the proof that you did any kind of work whatsoever as an artist. And it's a tough gambit. You think you just pay an artist and it gets done? No. But you go through AI, and guess what AI art does? It steals from fucking artists. And I can't wait for artists to finally stick up for themselves and just say something like, hey, that is my style of painting. That is who I am. It's like, no, we want artists to fucking die. Don't be alive. Don't do art. It's like, we need you, but we don't need you, is what I'm saying. So, anyway, I don't want to drop any names, but I'm going live, for once in my life. Got a lot to talk about all the time. I just feel like this is kind of my wheelhouse, but I'm just barely getting started. I don't even have 100 subscribers on YouTube, but I'm trying to shoot for over 100. Not by the end of the day, but eventually, and then after that, I would like to get monetized at some point. I'm sure a lot of people want to get monetized too. Um, but yeah, in regards to the arts, yeah, AI doesn't go to sleep, does it? Artists have to sleep. It takes. So I've been checking out Jay Young. I've been checking out Young Ripa. from Geeks and Gamers. Young Rip has created a comic book odyssey with ISOM 1. He's currently on patrol for. I mean, he's working on ISOM 2, which is going to be a 200-page book, illustrated, head to toe, written by him, with a consciousness that is not going to stop trying to to bring comic books back right to where it should be, where comic books should be. Um, so it's just a good deal all around because you pay for it, you get some put in print, you get sent right to your door. I've been checking out him for a year now about how ISOM 1 was a big enveloping prospect because but he succeeded at $3.3 million, or maybe even more than that, 4 million. I don't know. 3.3 is a lot. We're talking about dollars, not subscribers. So he's not a bad dude. I really like Young Ripa. It's so funny because I heard about him through Gary at Nerdrotic, but anyway, Young Ripa, he's just a good dude. Nothing wrong with this guy. What his issue has been more with handling shipping costs. Turns out that Marvel and DC, I just had found out, is that they don't do any of their own distribution in regards to the books. They hire other people to do that. So the distribution has to be mail order for Young Ripa. Jay from Geeks and Gamers also just came out with his new book. It's a children's book. And if you know Jay, he's the Drunk 3PO on YouTube channel. And these are great people to follow. Gary from Nerdrotic, Mauler, Disparu is just cutting a rug. Disparu's on fire. It's insane how good he is. This is a live video, so it's not being. I think it's being recorded, but it's not. I know that I'm not in my best. I don't look very good. My background isn't good. My life is kind of a wreck, but it's not that bad. Could always be worse. So yeah, maybe next time I should shower and shave before I start doing this. But if you're gonna go live, you gotta go live. So I'm not like Ryan Kimmel from RK Outpost. I'm not like him who can just eat fast food till kingdom comes. It's so weird because he's actually Ryan Kimmel's I might meet him on the 25th at Chrissy Mayr's show in San Diego. I live in San Diego. It's just what I do, yo. I just live here. Live and try to go to work and shit. Not a bad life. What's this saying? Yeah, Ryan Kimmel. Man, what a guy, you know? He when he starts doing accents, when he starts like using his voice to do comedy, he's actually really funny. He's like surprisingly hilarious. He's got a lot of stuff to a lot of, he like I said, about him, in regards to him, he was working with nuclear energy and could have stayed there but decided to become a YouTuber, and I think he's the hardest working guy in show business right now. I mean, just the guy pumps out so much content. I'm also down with other YouTubers like Clownfish TV. Yeah, please don't let my image dissuade you that I'm not and I'm not like really up to par with any of these people. I know I'm not, but you gotta check them out. I like Melanie Mac for video game commentary. I play Elden Ring. I got a PS5, baby. PS5. PS5. Hit me in the chat, yo. PS5. So, and it's beautiful. I got Elden Ring. So the game I bought was like, you can't go wrong with Spider-Man. So I got Miles Morales. It was $50, and it's not really worth $50. But there was the Spider-Man for the PS4 came with that, so it was a deluxe kind of thing, a special thing where you get two games in one. Not a bad thing. Kind of cool. I haven't beaten any of the games. Um, they're the Spider-Man games. It's like really Miles Morales is just why is this game so cool? It's because it just looks amazing on the PS5 console. It's a wonderful view of you just kind of zip lining and not zip lining, sorry, zipping through and swinging around giant buildings in New York, and just go through all the different neighborhoods, and at any point you can just fall, hit the ground, and there's a bunch of people walking around. They're like, oh, that's Spider-Man. It's like the game has some fun story to it, but it gets a little bit repetitive. And the Spider-Man one, I like that one. I think a little bit more because you get a little bit more of like some iconic villains that you don't get from the Miles Morales version, which I believe has something to do with licensing. I think I could be wrong, not sure. But you know, so to speak, these games are fun, very fun. Um, they deserve some credibility, some credentials. Not everybody's cup of tea. Some people like sports games or racing games or gun games. But once I found out, I had to look it up. I'm like, because I wanted to get Demon Souls because I still never beat that on my PS3. And I heard it had been re-released on the PS5. And I'm like, I want Demon Souls. And it turns out that there's this one game called Elden Ring. And Elden Ring is like the game to get with because it's so good. And it's just so, it's really weird because it speaks to you in a certain manner, but it doesn't explain itself to you. You need a little bit of knowledge or precursors. So I go a lot to YouTube for other video game content in regards to Elden Ring. A little bit. I got through the Great Study Hall. I got through the study hall through the YouTube campaign. Otherwise, I would not have known how to do that. So that's kind of how cool the game is. It's mysterious. It's a humongous world. The monsters are insane. A lot of the other Souls games are also really insane too, with just really heavy duty, villains, monsters that are there to destroy you. And the cool part about these games, you can't really pause any of these games. And I heard about the designer. I should know his name, but I don't. So please forgive me. Somebody put in the chat that he just thought about this. Let's make this utility, but it's also make it fun so that when you die, it's always an interesting death. and you die a lot in these games, Been listening to the Geeks and Gamers about their Mario Kart excursions, and it's just weird when you play with your friends, man. Sometimes your friends just whoop your ass. They just whoop you. It's hard to defeat your friends sometimes, and then when you do win, it's like, yeah, that was like 39 to 1 out of 40. Yeah, yeah, you beat me 39 times. I beat you once. I was like, yeah, I beat you. I let you win. Oh, stop. That's what I dislike about video games in a way, is that sometimes you're not that good at a certain game and your buddy's like amazing at it because he's got like a home console or something. He who has the console makes the rules. So anyway, yeah, just killing time on the stream. Posting for my first live. This is pretty lame because I don't think I have any people on any chat or anything like that. It's just me right here. I think I'm talking to dead air. But I can do that. Uh, I usually do TikTok videos, and what I dislike about TikTok videos is that they're limited to like basically commercial length. Everything's commercial length in TikTok, and it's weird. And it's training you to have a short memory. It's training you to ruin your life. It's not good, but surprisingly, it actually has more. There's more people attached to it than I'm sure there's a lot on Tik, Twitter. Um, but I'm such a noob at Twitter. I have like two accounts, and they're like, I mean, I have two friends there. I have no followers on Twitter, but yeah, TikTok is not good. It's in installments, so 15 seconds, 1 minute, and then 3 minutes. When I do 3 minutes, I usually just talk into the air for 3 minutes. So being live is just something that's a different animal. I can feel it right now as I speak that that TikTok it's weird because these are all at commercial length intervals. So, but if you can tell a good joke, that's where it's at. Put your jokes on TikTok because it's like a commercial. I think with YouTube, you have more of an opportunity to really kind of delve to everything. Much more time. I think I like it more than Instagram. Facebook is cool. I use Facebook because I like to share music videos. So I get a lot of music videos that I share. So I got a like, and then somebody took it away. Somebody was watching and they left. No, I got no likes. Murr. Wah, 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 wah. But yeah, so TikTok was cool. It's cool because I can literally just put the phone down, get on my skateboard. I ride a skateboard, and I've got, I do maneuvers, but I don't maneuvers. I don't know if I'm good at my maneuvers, but I can do my maneuvers sometimes, pull them off, even when I don't. It's just like it's kind of just like throwing a frisbee. It hits the ground, you pick it up, you throw it again. Wow, can't believe I came up with that. That was actually pretty good. Yeah, skateboarding is like that. So you ride your skateboard, try to do a trick. You don't break yourself, and then you try it again, and and then when you pull it off, you're like, yeah, man, yeah, pulled that off. But skateboarding is a different animal. And skateboarding is awesome. What do I love most about skateboarding? I think it has a lot to do with breaking the rules. Being a rule breaker, you tripping out to realize that your city is a playground and that it's made of concrete, but it's weird that your skateboarding yourself can actually kind of disassemble it Um, Not talking about vandalism or writing your name down, but I'm saying that you can wear down this planet pretty good on a skateboard, and it's kind of impressive. You got the right tools, you got the right board. You just kind of, be in your own Zen place, and like it's not like yoga. And it's like surfing, but I've talked to many surfers and they think that skateboarding is way more hardcore than surfing, you know. So, because when you fall down and you really fall, you fall for real. It's skateboarding is like that. I've skated all over the world. I've skateboarded in Rome, Italy. I think definitely the last day of Rome, I cracked my skateboard in half. So they have these, you know, what do they call lamp posts, and they take the chest out of the lamp post and they laid it down. It was pretty big. It was about as long as, almost as long as a skateboard. It was, like 3 feet, almost 3 feet. And then people were you were using it. You could ollie over it. You could trick out over it. You could mess with it when you're riding your board. And I did a 180 ollie over it, 3 foot in Rome. My board snapped at the. And right then, it was now time to get on my flight back to Italy. I mean, back to the airport. Time to go to the airport, and tried to bring it with me. And they said, "Oh, sir, you can't do that. You can't take that with you." I said, "Well, when I was in America and coming here, you could take it with me." He said, "Well, that's America. This is Italy. You can't do it here." I'm like, "Okay, girlfriend, send me that shit in the mail." She never sent that shit in the mail. But apparently, I wasn't an awful enough boyfriend. She actually did come back. This was 2011. So after I left Rome, I was there for 7 weeks and one day. Should have wrote the book. Um, Lots of adventures in Rome. Lots of cool stories of Rome. If you ever want to hear them, let me know. I'll tell you all the deets, the details. But yeah, so yeah, so she never sent me the skateboard, and then when she came from Rome to live here in San Diego with me for a little while, I lived in San Diego. Pisces, favorite color's blue. Jokes. She didn't bring the board back. And then she stayed here for about almost a month, and then she left, and then she came back again. Um, I don't. Maybe it was America, the lure of America, and I think she probably was kind of just. I don't know. I think she might have even been a literal a spy. Because when I was in Italy, I went to a communist party, literal communist party, and it was just not. It wasn't. It just felt weird. I was like, you're at a party. There's girls dancing with balloons and like wearing little tiny little clothes, and I guess that's a big draw. And but the cool part is after that party, we listened to Black Sabbath, which is from England, an English band. Listen to Black Sabbath from this dude's car, and we just drank beers outside on the streets and had Black Sabbath fucking roaring. It was amazing. Uh, yeah, it was kind of weird. That was the girlfriend's best friend's cousin, but he like had the hots for his own cousin. I guess that happens all the time, everywhere, and not my bag, baby. Uh, a f- but yeah, he was a photographer and he did like sexy photos. It's like that's the way to do it. So if all you ladies out there, you want a photographer in San Diego, I'm right here. Sounded kind of. Oh, that did not sound good. That sounded kind of sleazy. Um, whatever, man. People get lonely. I'm not married. Look at me. I look like. I obviously look like nobody cares about me. I'm the only person caring for myself. This is just today. It won't always be in this manner. Do have my apartment. Live in the gas lamp quarter. It's actually really crazy because live in like a Charles Bukowski esque apartment building, which is a hotel room, but it's surprisingly roomy and spacious. I was just visiting a friend at that he was doing the cables running wires for a hotel, and a lot of the rooms weren't even as big as this room. So you gotta thank God for small favors. You gotta say, hey, thanks God for helping me, not live in a shoebox. I gotta say, hey, thank you, Rudy, for earning your money that you can live here. So life is this. My hair is so funky. I look like Sonic the Hedgehog, and my widow's peak is just getting insane. Hey, I won't do that anymore. Anyway, anybody in the chat? Anybody down with the rude dude? I don't know if they're. Can we chat? Okay. Okay, so now I'm just basically ignored, but I can easily fill this space up. So I am the rude dude, and what the rude dude does is I'm not a proponent of drinking, smoking. I don't I don't need or require other people to drink or smoke. It's just that in this day and age in society, you might as well have your creature comforts. So some people call that watching movies, playing games, uh, watching TV. Uh, kind of a TV guy. Generation X. I look my age today, but usually I shave this shit first. But I decided to just go straight into the ether, straight into the abyss of, or the, the special place where we all can meet each other. And here we are. So this is my first video, live. I've been on YouTube for a long time. I've been wanting to do live. Um, Now that I'm here, it's not that hard. I know that I can totally bounce off a friend. Like if I had a friend. Well, anyway, my buddy Brian is so funny. He sent me a picture. Or no, he looked at one of my pictures and then he like just sent me a message. He said, "The sexy dude who got away." That's the guy I want to stream with. Because actually, this guy, he's like an Adonis. I'm not into guys. But you can tell when you're hanging out with like a muscular dude who's not ugly and like not a, and what attracted me to him right off the bat was his fucking tattoos. He had like Courage the Cowardly Dog. He had like all these cartoon characters tattooed all over him. And I was like, hey, I know that character. Oh, I know that character. So I think that that is what pop culture really does to people. It does get people invested into these stories and these characters that are so good. And books do that. Films these days aren't doing it so great. I do have to say I didn't see Avatar 2 Way of Water, but I did see Maverick, and I in the theater with rumbling seats, and it's like, ooh, you're getting the G forces. You're sitting there, uh, and Maverick was great. Did anybody see that coming? Uh oh, broken lighter. Uh oh, lighter broke. So yeah, nobody saw Maverick coming, but man, that shatter box offices when usually when you're watching a show or TV or movie, all you're gonna get out of it is the black woman knows everything, the white man knows nothing. The villain's always gonna be a white male. Um, the hero is always going to be a brunette white female, and I tried watching Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever Electric Boogaloo. It was not good. Like I feel like I'm watching Wakanda Forever, man. It was, man, kind of, it's very skippable. It's like watching it going like this, like, is this supposed to be the face you want your audience to have when you're watching the show? You're like, it's like, you know, it's like Disney can't even afford good actors anymore. And if they do, they give them two lines. And that's going to like really carry the movie. That's why you're going to get a bunch of people buying it later on after it's fucking done because it sucks. I mean, because it's so good. Oh, God. The end of the world is upon us. I think that maybe this reality is actually kind of like the Flash TV series, which is, besides the fact that he fucked his sister and wants to marry his own sister, which is weird, and she's black and he's white. I don't care if they're black and white. I'm just saying, sister, weird. Besides that, show's great. Um, the whole the whole idea of the soup collider, um, collision that creates a different metahumans. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think we got hit with a super collider around 2015 is when things started getting fucking weird. Feel like you're not living your own reality anymore, and that somehow it's all been shifted around and turned into something else is weird. Because why wouldn't America, I don't want to get political or anything, but why is there such a problem with farmers farming? Food prices are up because farmers are going down. And that doesn't make any sense. We live in America. North America, if you look on a map at the size of North America, California is bigger than London, is bigger than England, the UK. Um, California is almost the exact same shape and size as the Japanese island, Japan. Texas is bigger than that. Don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Um, Bigger than that. Alaska, people live there. If you want to live at the top of a hemisphere where months go on and it's dark all the time, it's fucking weird. I mean, what are you going to do there in Alaska? Somebody in the chat tell me what to do in Alaska. Besides eat ice cream and have sex. I'm gonna stop there. So, as I was saying, you live in North America, and for some reason the farmer, which is essential, the essential farmer, is not getting the water needed to grow the crops. In California, it's like, you know, it rains and everything, but not getting it. And what's the point of that? The point is to starve out your fellow man. Nestle is taking water from us, from America, or from wherever they're getting water from. They're just putting it in a bottle and charging you for it. I'm pretty sure it's definitely immoral. Not sure if it's illegal, but if you're gonna drain California's water supply, California is on a constant drought since I've been born, 1976 to now. There is a movie called Chinatown with Jack Nicholson. It has to do with California's water there. It's ahead of its time. I don't think a movie like that could be made anymore. I don't think a lot of movies could be made anymore because the powers that be would rather have you interested in being uninterested in matters of well-being and health for the person that lives in your country, who is a citizen of your country. It's like, no, you gotta pay for water. It's like, yeah, you gotta pay for water, but now you gotta go to the store to buy water. Living in San Diego, it is by Tijuana, Mexico. And Tijuana is known for its pure mineral springs. The water, when you drink it in the jail in Tijuana, is so good. It's the best. I highly recommend you go act a fool in Tijuana. Just kidding. Don't act a fool in Tijuana. You don't want to end up in a Tijuana jail. I've never been in a Tijuana jail, but from what I've heard, like, maybe you don't want to go ever to jail there. No, but what I'm saying is San Diego being as close to Mexico, there's a lot of sewage, crisis all the time. San Diego has a military community. Great, lots of buff dudes for the chicks. If you ever seen an officer and a gentleman that's like, I wanted to marry a flyboy. I wanted to marry a flyboy, not some guy who couldn't take basic training. I'm the kind of woman who deserves more for my pussy. Yeah, have you ever seen Officer and a Gentleman? It's kind of a cool movie. Well, I don't. So I don't actually condone drinking or smoking. I just do it because I'm the rude dude. What a rude dude does is his own damn business. I can drink and smoke right in front of you. I don't want to trigger people. So if you're trying to quit drinking, I might meet you at the AA meeting. Uh, so yeah, might meet you at the AA meeting. I'm 46 years old. I know I look really old right now. I usually look a yacht longer. No, did I say that right? A lot younger. There you go. I said it right that time. I usually have talent and skills and abilities that have kind of set me apart from just about every normal human being in San Diego. Um, and I'm kind of easy on the eyes, unlike Frosk, the video game person who sunk that company. Was it GT? Anyway, yesterday's news. We don't care about this person. Anyway, this person actually, I love Chrissy Mayer. Gonna see her soon. Can't wait for that because I think I'm gonna run into Chris Gore. I'm gonna run into Gary from Nerdrotic. Going to run into maybe Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Maybe Ryan Kimmel from RK Outpost. And that'll just be one night to remember. Um, if I put it on, if I do a stream, I wouldn't do it through her show. But if I did get a chance, I want to start going a little bit more live because these people have been kind of breaking up the breaking up the what's that word? Breaking up the apathy. Breaking up the apathy into let's get on the side of comics, but let's not be on the comics side anymore. Let's appreciate our back issue books. I mean, really, let's appreciate our back issue comics. I think that's what they're really saying here because new media is not representing these characters in the proper way. It was crazy because in 2015, he tried to push these new Avengers characters, and they're not good characters. I know what the problem is that they don't want to pay annuities to Steve Ditko and his family. I am friends with them on Facebook. Um, Namor from Wakanda Forever is supposed to be Aryan, a mutant with little wings on his feet and shit. And that's okay. But why they got to get rid of the bulge? Why you got to get rid of the bulge? Why they get rid of Namor's bulge? In Wakanda Forever. And that movie was like two different movies trying to be one fucking movie. That movie was trying to be too much. It was over the top. I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of invested here. Lost me. Now I feel like I'm watching a Disney Plus series. Okay, and um, then you get a few great black African American actors in the movie, and that's kind of really it. But it felt like watching a Disney Plus streaming service instead of watching an actual movie. It wasn't doing exactly what it was supposed to do. It makes me feel kind of weird. Uh, what is this movie fucking doing? So as I'm watching it, I just can't really enjoy it. It's not really an issue. It's just that, just why is it 3 hours long? Why is it not good? I mean, I just saw in the movie theater. I was told I should watch. I haven't seen Triple R yet, by the way. So I have not seen that, but I heard that it's really good. It's like kind of like a Quentin Tarantino style, where it's just action packed and full of adventure and excitement, and I'm down with that. I like that. Haven't seen it yet. Um, but what I did really enjoy in the cinema was last year, which was Everything Everywhere All at Once, and that was good. They didn't have to get that crazy with it. It was just like, it was kind of, it reminded me kind of like Time Bandits, uh, the Terry Gilliam from Monty Python fame. I liked what he was. I liked it. It reminded me so much of Terry Gilliam from Monty Python fame, and the movie itself did actually remind me a lot of a Monty Python kind of movie but it was mainly Chinese actors, and it was so funny because Data from Goonies was there, and he was in the movie, and he seemed kind of pathetic here. Then all of a sudden, you see him doing martial arts and fighting for his life, and then kind of simplifies everything through this cell phone or something like that. And then turns out that throughout, and the way that you power up in this movie is to do something completely ridiculous. And then you'll gain that strength and that power. And so it reminds me of a video game. But it was such a good movie. Like, it felt like I was in a video game. And that's what's really impressive about it. So Everything Everywhere All at Once, dude, that's a solid plus, dude. Like, that's just, thank you, whoever, made that movie. I'll get back to who made the movie. Somebody in the chat, let me know who made that movie. But yeah, Data from the Goonies, Short Round from Indiana Jones. He's doing martial arts. It's awesome. People actually like to watch Asian people kicking your ass. Okay? And I went to an Asian school. I went to a school that was a lot of Asians. And yeah, I got my ass kicked by this Asian kid. I didn't know what happened. He just beat the shit. He just got me good. He got me good, man. I was like, man, that guy's pretty good. So respect, Don't, you beat my ass, and then I respect you for the rest of my life. Well, it's not a bad universe. Can't live that way though. Can't walk around being like, hey, everybody, kick my ass and teach me a lesson. Um, Living in a big city, I take the bus. I ride a skateboard, and the big city is just, ever since Ronald Reagan kicked out all the kids out of being the asylums. Now the asylums are just outside. All you have to do is walk outside your door, and now you're surrounded by crazy people. The fall of Rome comes to mind because we do live in America. It's North America. It's so weird. Just talking about the farmers. Yeah. The farmers need water, so what does the government do? They make you vote on how much water to give your what? Farmers. This is yeah, the farmers need to farm, man. Money is easy to come by, I suppose, but water for farmers to create produce for our surplus. I don't know what's going on with that in California. It's weird because the state is humongous. It's like I said, it's the size of Japan, the island. Uh, so anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Uh, but it was no, it's not okay. You go to the supermarket and everything's expensive. Why is that? Because for some reason our government is starving us, and they're going to try to kill us all. Sorry, it sounds really ridiculous, but go ahead and go to the supermarket and tell me what you think about the prices for food. Uh, Try to get an apartment from starting from scratch. Good luck with that. Like I had to have 2,000 ready to get my apartment, and before that, I didn't see any. And it's an apartment. It's not even a house. Like I have a friend who I painted his house. I painted his house. I do a bunch of work for his house. He has to pay thousands and thousands upon $1,000 for a house he already owns. Doesn't make any sense. So the American dream is hanging by a thread, and it's put together with duct tape at the end of it. Duct tape you can trust. The thread. This is what it's like to live in America. I mean, I was uh, I was in Massachusetts, which is like the land of the free and brave or whatever, like the birthplace of America. I was in Massachusetts, and their rights are being taken away so harshly. I had to re. I had a car, and so because I had the car, it would cost me $400 to register the car in that state. That state charges five. The minimum wage for that state is $5 an hour. $5 an hour. The rent is just as expensive there as it is here. It's just that the minimum wage is lower. So we're living beneath people an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment with 8 people living in it. This is the state of America. This is the fall of Rome. I'm not trying to get all doom and gloom. Please, please, doing what we can, try to make this world a better place. Have fun. Go watch a concert. Go outside, dance with your girlfriend, love your girl. Um, Pick a flower if they're too expensive to purchase, but purchase her a flower. I mean, you'd be surprised. So tiny little things can actually do wonders for the universe. That's why I'm here. This is what I'm doing right now on my first live stream of all time. Is just letting you know that it's not easy to live. It's hard, but here we are, working our asses off, doing what we can, trying to make it work. And then, when you go to the movie theater, you want to watch something you enjoy. Get a few of those. Most of it is banging you over the head, saying, "Hey, we're gonna let you know that being gay is where it's at," and it has everything to do with nothing grows on the crops. Food is now scarce. People should die. This is North America. What the hell is going on around here? Wars everywhere. I don't know what I'm saying. What I am saying is that we shouldn't. We should let the farmers be farmers. Be farmers. Do your business, and let's keep the prices low on the crops. Um, I think there's a couple movies. There was the Milagro Bean War or something like that. Is a movie. Anybody in the chat know about that? Um, and then there is also the fact that I love pickled peppers. I love pickles. I love pickled peppers. Um, I love hot peppers. Most of these things are usually grown in Arizona or New Mexico, as I believe, and and they used to have people from Mexico come and live there. If you watch the movie La Bamba, people have to pick the oranges off the orange trees, right? So America saves costs by bringing Mexicans over, and then they have their little community. Uh, but they're making a better living here than they would be in Mexico, as it were. So if you've seen the movie La Bamba with Lou Diamond Phillips, great movie, great, great artist. If you ever have the chance, I would highly recommend to check out a Ricky Valens video. Watch a Ricky Valens video right now, because he did "Come On, Let's Go," Donna, La Bamba, which he invigorated in a pre-existing property with a different spin. And I think that's great. I think that people from England are really good at that. They'll take fashion and they'll spin it and they'll make it interesting. Not really in the fashion scene anymore. If I were into fashion, do have to say whoever invented these yoga pants is great, but doesn't it make you feel kind of uncomfortable that girls' vaginas are just wandering around and there's no mystery anymore? It's just like you can. And if there is a mystery, the mystery is that it's like they're wearing Spanx, man. And so the mystery is, you know. But wear yoga pants. Whoever invented yoga pants, great job, buddy. Great. Now they're so powerful. Women think they're so powerful with these yoga pants these days. And it's okay. Be sleek and show your front and your back, and hold no mystery for these men who will just gaze at you because you're kind of forcing that. And if it isn't you, some other chick's gonna be forcing that, and they're just gonna be wondering. And you know what? They're just girls, man. Like, I mean, what I mean is, like, I'm single, okay? But they're just this is kind of, there's a dissension going on in the United States, and takes away from. Well, it gives you everything. It's like, here's all your freedom. But then, like, everywhere you look, there's some girl with her ass out, some girl with her vagina, and you can see it right through her pants. And, yay, what am I supposed to do to that? Just not everybody's cup of tea. I mean, nobody wants to go home with, like, a mystery woman with a long dress, and, like, she breaks it out, and you're like, oh, this isn't what I wanted. So I guess it is making life kind of easier that these girls are just showing off their bodies in this manner. Like, I came from the gym, but there's no sweat on my clothes. We got to deal with reality. So you're like, reality. So you got to deal with, okay, there's no sweat. You're just wearing a gym outfit to basically be naked in public. Wait, how does anybody in the chat feel about uh, physical affection in public? When I see physical affection in public, it depends on the physical affection. Sometimes it's just like a kiss or just holding hands. When you see a couple holding hands, you're like, wow, it hurts a little bit because you wish you were holding hands and you had somebody to hold hands with. But you don't know these people. Who knows what the hell they're into, really, on the other side? It's like, does anybody really know anybody? So other public displays of affection. Like when people are making out, it's kind of cool, but then at a certain point, it's like, yeah, thank you, Hanky. Thank you. Yeah, holding hands and kissing. I think that's just wonderful. It feels great to see that there's love alive in this world. Love is alive in this world, and it feels great. And I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm so happy to see that. I want that. Who doesn't want that? You know. So that's one public display of affection. There with holding hands. I love it when you hold hands in the parking lot. Like, no, you don't. It's like she's still a little girl. You're like, no, no, please, we're gonna stay together, honey. We're gonna be safe. That's what you want. Um, this weird fondness that reminds you of like when you were a kid. Your mother held your hand because you didn't want you running away and getting killed by getting run over. Sorry, but this is not gone out of style. you know, if there are children, you don't want them to run off and get murdered by somebody in a parking lot who's driving too fast. By the way, I work in parking lots usually, and so not a good look. Gotta hold on to the kids, but you gotta hold on to each other. Then I watched all these little kids at the trolley station or on the trolley, and they need a room. That's a different other PDA that I think is kind of weird, where you're like, all right, okay, we're all getting turned on, so take off. When I see that kind of PDA, I just start looking at the nearest lonely person. I'm like, hello, what are you up to? So it catches like a weird wildfire when you get to see. And this is structured through our genetics. We appreciate looking at it, but we don't like to be drowned by it, because then it could inspire delinquency in many ways because of loneliness, and I feel like that's not okay either. Like, why is everybody so alone? Why is everybody either depraved or alone? Maybe people are alone because they're tired of being depraved. Maybe they're depraved because they're tired of being alone. That's probably what's going on here. I don't have any answers. I am an old man, uh, but yeah, if you're happy with the woman that you're with, God bless you. If you're happy with the man you're with, God bless you. God, mwah, chef's kiss, mwah, God bless you. If you're happy, be happy, please. The world needs that. Not to be feeling lonely, not to be feeling, that things are stacked against you. That there is a little bit of joy at the end of the rainbow. Everyone is plugged into technology, not others next to them. Yeah, you're right. Hanky. Thank you very much for adding so much to this chat. You're right, Hanky. What up, G? Hope you're doing good. Not sure if you're a guy or girl. I'm in San Diego. I'm not trying to hit on you, but I am trying to say thank you for adding. But yeah, in regards to that, Hanky, I did see. I met a black man, uh, and he was on his phone, and I was just into the sup, hey, sup, G, and I was saying, we don't need Wi-Fi. What we need is friendship. What we need is friends. He said, no, I'll take Wi-Fi over friends in a second. So that was my message for you, Hanky. Thank you. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to break 100. This is my first live stream ever, and apparently I got a million things to talk about. If I had a co-host, we could bounce back and forth, make this thing last a whole day. I do want to get monetized eventually, but for what it's worth, you got to start from the floor up. So yeah, it was weird. This black dude was like, I'd rather take Wi-Fi over friends any day. That's kind of disturbing to me, because at that time I disagreed. I said, no, don't you want real friends right next to you instead of a bunch of fake friends all around you? He's like, nope, Wi-Fi. I'm like, okay, there you go. So yeah, everybody's attached. It was weird. How many girlfriends have I met through the internet? A bunch. And how many have I gone to see? A bunch. How many have I thrown my life away for? All of them. And then when you meet a real person in real life, now you don't know what to do anymore because you're so connected to the damn internet. And I'm going to say that, and I'm going to feel really good about saying that, because it's true. Everybody's disillusioned and disavowed, and nobody counts, and nobody matters. It's just likes and until monetization happens, really, it's not. It's kind of a shit show, and it sucks because you want to meet somebody that you want to be in love with, but you can't be in love with all of them. I mean, I don't know. And you just look around. There's some, what do you call it? Yoga pants. Yoga pants. Yoga pants. Yoga pants. There's yoga pants everywhere, dude. Like, you're screwed. You're not going to get anywhere with that. That's the dissension right there. Women want to get, should I just wear a shirt that says lonely on it? Maybe that'll work, but I mean, it's very shallow to just or just to be a part of this adult engagements when in reality people want to have somebody care for them, and like a nurse, like a job, like somebody who takes care of somebody who loves you, I think that's what's missing, is people that love each other. And people that do love each other, I notice they can kind of fly by their own rules and just kind of say, hey, we're going to make up our own rules because I got love in my life. I'll tell you the truth. I've had love in my life, and when I did, somebody asked me for money on the streets. I'd never give them money on the streets for nothing. But when I'm in love, I'm like, here's $5. I'm happy. I'm in love. Life is good. This is what I want. Marriage is a brutalized institution through the government. It's weird. I've been looking at that shit. Yeah, love equals trust. That is correct, Hanky. Thank you. Love does equal trust, man. And you want to trust, but you can't trust all these folks, Some people are out of bounds, man. Some people are not doing right by by themselves, or and shouldn't even be in the position to have that precedence over others. But it's so weird, like, because life is a trip. Life is what you make it. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you do what you don't want to do, and that's weird. You should have someone you can really confide in and trust. I have to say, through my accolades, through the internet, I have met many a girl. There always seems to be a running theme against against us. I like public displays of affection. I love seeing that. What I don't like is when girls with a guy, her hands on his ass, and she's staring at me. So okay, all right, I get it. Some people just like to mess around, and I think that's cool. Get a FetLife account. Thank you. I'm gonna only say that once. Chef's kiss. But yeah, I think a lot of people just don't know about their own human behavior. So there's a lot of panic. There's a lot of outrage. Then you got media personalities telling you to go out and strap up and put your boots on and destroy your own country. Like, what? Okay. Wait, no. What? Like, is this what's happened to my country? You want to put on boots and destroy each other? You want to destroy your neighborhood? You don't like your bank? You can burn it down? You know, that's what happened when the riots happened during the first COVID. And I'm pretty sure there were a couple of accomplices that were in the social media, that were not social media. Yeah, of course, social media. Of course. Besides that, what I'm saying is that it was you got celebrities saying, yo, strap up your boots, get out on the streets, go fucking burn some shit down. And then I forgot which person it was. He was like, hey, don't burn my place down. You know, that's the hypocrisy. Um, so when I was younger, I was more kind of alt left. Yes, many factors fueling the riots, Hanky. That is correct. Many factors. There were people dropping bricks, like a mountain of bricks, saying, fuck this place up. I had a friend who was my employer, and what he did was he got with his homies and found those motherfuckers and stood outside the bricks and wouldn't let any of them get to the bricks or else they'll fuck them up. Like, you want this brick? I'm right here. You're gonna have to come between me to get to the brick, to ruin my neighborhood. So, internet is very powerful. It never forgets. So I know this. While I'm doing this, I know that if I said something wrong right now, I'm gonna get haters. But if I said something right, I'm gonna get followers. But I guess that's what reality's about now. It's doing whatever you want to do. To be honest with you, I'm so fucking old that now that I've got, a state of the art phone, I can. It's basic. It's a studio. I have an artistic studio. Studio. I hate Phil Collins. But it's a studio with a good camera. So because of that, you're still a young man, baby. Ooh, don't waste your time. Remember that oldie song? You're still a young man, Baby, ooh, don't waste your time. Thank you, Hanky. I got one person in the chat that's just making me feel like a big old softy. Thanks, buddy. Um, yeah. So life is not easy. You can do whatever you want, but then you deal with other people, and then they're doing whatever they want, and then these things collide. So usually, in the past, before we started. Thanks, buddy. No problem. Gotcha. When you're still in this realm of being a human being, you're confined to being a human fucking being, dude. Like, not you, but everybody. Everybody's confined to being within their own skin. Don't always want to live by anybody else's fucking rules. I get it, dude. Thank you. Not you, but thank everybody. This is just how it fucking goes. It doesn't fucking go in your way all the time. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad. If you don't have somebody on your fucking team who loves you, you might slip through the cracks. And you're never gonna find the perfect person. Ever. And when you do, are you worth it? I do live by God's rules. I have a humongous faith in Allah. Alhamdulillah. Just kidding. God, I have faith in God. I'm not Jewish, so I do believe there is a torment section. But if you're a smart Christian or a smart Catholic, while you're in the depths of hell, you can actually get out of it through the grace of God. And I believe in faith. I believe in God. I am very faithful. I've talked to many people. Exactly, not Gad, but God. I like how you said Gad because that's cute. Are you Gad? We're on a mission from Gad. It reminds me of Bill Murray. No, no, no. Sorry. It reminds me of the Blues Brothers. No, you can get out of hell. Gad. That's really funny. We're on a mission from Gad. It was Dan Aykroyd. There you go. Got it. Dan Aykroyd, right there. I'm West Coast. It's all good, dude. It's not all good, actually. We're all fucked, is what's going on. We're not going to stop getting fucked either. This is just what men do to each other is they tax each other so they can have a better life. And then you have a shittier life. And then pretty soon everybody's going to be a lower class citizen. Yes, I love the Blues Brothers too, Hanky. You're the man. Love Blues Brothers. Fuck yeah, we're on a mission from Gad. To bring the band back together. If the band was good to begin with, then hell yeah, that's what's up, dude. Bring the band back to fucking gather, dude. Put this world back together again. We need Blues Brothers. We need, I love what Jay's doing from Geeks and Gamers because what he's doing is he's building orphanages. Can you believe that? No, you're killing me. You're killing me, Hanky. I appreciate you. You're like the only person talking to me. I really love what you're saying. Mission from Gad. Bill Murray. Dan Aykroyd. Oh, that was my alarm. It's over now. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd, the Blues Brothers. Jim Belushi. Jim motherfucking Belushi. On the set of... What I do know about the Blues Brothers was that during the set of the shooting of the Blues Brothers, which was done in Chicago, Illinois, if I'm not mistaken, was that nobody could find him in the nobody, none of the assistants knew where he was. None of and then they kind of started going door to door and saying, "Hey, have you seen this guy? Because we're shooting a movie, and where's our lead actor?" And they went door to door, and then some point at some door, they said, "Yeah, this guy came in. He said he was really tired, so we let him go to sleep on the couch. So he's right here in the couch." um, wow. I mean, wow, right? Like, what are you gonna say about that? Like, just weird rock and roll life history, man. The Blues Brothers is rock and fucking roll and soul. That's for damn sure. It's gospel, soul, rock and roll. It's fucking everything Johnny Cash stood for. It's everything that Elvis Presley was down with from the get. Um, I love Johnny Cash because he wrote his own words. I dislike that Elvis was just kind of not a poet. He was more of a singer, and he just sang other people's words, and he was really, but oh, was he good? Was Elvis good? Was Elvis Presley a good fucking singer? Let me see in the chat. Elvis Presley could fucking sing, dude. Thank you, Manny the Moocher. That's Cap Calloway, as I recall, and that recording is very historical. Um, ever since we've been connected to the internet, now we can see what history was, but you still got all these. He was a very, yes, Elvis was an entertainer, but he was not. I mean, Sammy Davis Jr. Uh, was a minion in the Rat Pack underneath at Frank Sinatra. You know, and these guys are kings of the universe. You're never gonna live that life, man. Nobody's gonna live that life of these famous entertainers who could just carte blanche and still deliver it at the end of the day. You know, they do the fucking show, man. They fucking put that show on for you. So sweet. Mwah! Chef's kiss. The Rude Dude Reviews has spoken. Elvis was a great entertainer. So was Sammy Davis Jr. So was Frank Sinatra. Um, but I'm a poet, so I appreciate it when I appreciate the talent of original writers. A lot of people don't like Bob Dylan or Robert Zimmerman. Uh, I read his autobiography. Amazing autobiography. Great entertainer. Never got a number one hit in his life. They got record deals. Still hasn't run out of any record deals. And how many times did I buy Blood on the Tracks album by Bob Dylan? 12 times I bought that album. I've bought that album 12 times. People have stolen that album from me. I used to have an album, Elvis Sings Lieber Stoller, and that is an album to find. I would appreciate it if somebody would just send that to me, but I'm just kidding. No, I used to have that on CD. Yeah, Elvis Sings Lieber Stoller is fucking amazing. And then it's such a trip because I saw the Elvis movie in the cinema, which is kind of to my credit because I really do love this man's melodious voice. Just you can't you can't escape how good he of a singer. Treat me like a fool, treat me mean and cruel, but love me. I'll be sad and blue, crying over you. Please love me, won't you love me? So yeah, Elvis just knocks it out of the fucking park as an entertainer. I'm an Elvis lover. I love Bruce Lee. I love the speed of Bruce Lee and Quentin Tarantino when he did that thing where Brad Pitt beat the shit out of this Bruce Lee guy. Yeah, Elvis. Oh, thank you, Hanky. Yes, you are not, you are so correct. Uh, in my household, we would listen to Elvis Christmas. We would flip it over on the record. Oh man, it was just good times, man. Like it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Just kidding. It was just the best. Now we're in the worst. Um, but yeah, Elvis Christmas album was keen as a cannoli. It was just perfect. Elvis Christmas. Not only that, there was also another. We had another Christmas album in the house. It was what's his name? Dean, the guy from. He did a lot of movies with Jerry Lewis. Dean Martin. Dean Martin also had an amazing Christmas album. Yes. Thank you, Hanky. Speaking of Dean Martin, I mean, sorry. So you're saying Big